in this game, Higaki took black and Warren took white. Higaki played Moyo style game. But for now, just Joseki, 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 Joseki. For Josekis, yes, makes sense. Difficult to say which side is bigger. Left side is very big. Top side, yeah, black can create something, create a Moyo there, but it's difficult for black to ignore white's move. Very often, black answers it in this way, after which white can happily continue with the game's move. There is a hole in black's shape. Not sure if I would play this far. Of course, it also creates a continuation for black, but it might be also good to play a bit closer. White continued. This is a good question. I would be very much inclined to connect because it creates a liberty problem in white's shape. So with that move at B instead of A, it matters. But this also makes sense. Then white attached, and after this move of black, white never ignores. If white wants to ignore, then white plays this exchange once, after which black's access in white's area is much worse. If white ignores immediately, then black's continuation is very, very comfortable. This is possible for black. So at least play the Hane once, and then you can do whatever you want. But also very commonly, white descends, after which white has a huge continuation. Alright, this is also quite much of a forcing move. And here, interestingly, white pipped and black didn't connect. If black connects, it's annoying because white has that attachment which splits black. I don't think that it's not possible for black to play like this because black is out, but also a bit painful. So maybe better the way it was done in the game. White continues, doesn't care about this huge move. Attachment. We will see such an attachment in another game today, but then the conclusion will be different. So now white just created a bigger wall, but white has supporting stones, and with the supporting stones it's basically possible, always possible, to descend. After the descent, black has two possibilities. One is to cut, but white very easily crawls back, after which maybe black cannot even extend because the group in the corner is quite much in danger, and black cannot really kill white. I think that it's difficult for black, but we would need to be very careful in our reading whether it's possible or not. It's not possible. So if black cannot capture white, that Atari was there from the very beginning, sorry. If it's not possible, then black cannot even extend here, meaning that black has to go back, basically, and white can play here and there, and this is a great result for white. So because of that support of white, black is forced to play another clamp. Of course, now white cannot descend, but white can connect, and this is much better than doing this, because it is like if we played here, but instead of connecting normally, black connected like that, after which life of black's group is still not decided. So this is much better for white. Now maybe black can continue like this, alright, but still white creates a very beautiful wall and also can very easily live, and black is not completely alive yet. So this is this move was too soft by white. White keeps pushing. This invasion, I mean reduction. What to think of it? Of course, white is creating an incredible moyom, but maybe it's too soft. My intuition is a bit deeper. I mean, is to play a bit deeper, not necessarily the intuition itself is deeper. Or maybe play very, very deep. I can see that black is afraid of doing so because the wall is very tall. Tall wall. Alright, I think that the reduction is a good choice. If white plays here, then later black can anyway also reduce from the bottom, to which white doesn't have a very good answer. This is a success for black. Let's say white gets all of that. This is 6 times 7, 42, 45, 53, 60 counting komi, and black has 16, 25, 35, 45, 50 plus, 50 plus, and quite a potential on the top. Should be not bad for black. I mean, an even game, of course, but it's not a bad plan for black to play this way. White plays 4 more, makes sense, and then amazing move. Of course, black cannot play here to avoid that move of white, but maybe it's a good play. However, most often it's not to play like this. Most often white should play from the top and attack the group as a whole, but it's difficult to play such a fight, so white chose an easy option. An easy option how to simply create points by cutting off black's stone. So now it worked. White created a lot of points, black got strength on the outset. If I was black though, I'm not sure if I would play this way. There is also the other option, to give white strength on the outside, because then black is still using quite much weakness in this shape of white, entering white's area. I would not be afraid as black that this group might die. I would not be afraid of that. It looks quite lively. There is still an option to go out rather easily. So this was probably too soft by black, and then white enclosed a huge territory. How many points? 10, 20, 30, 41, 43, 46, let's count 46, 47, 8, 50 plus, with komi it's 60. 60 sure points, and also here maybe white will manage to get some points because black's e2 is not really center. Okay, black blocked, makes sense. And white was in time to play here. Then maybe better to play this one. Force white into that connection, and later play such a move to be sure that the group runs out, and also maybe you can create something on the top. Like this, white gets more points, clearly. Makes sense. So this block is not clear, not necessarily good. What is it needed for? The group of white is already safe, it doesn't threaten cutting it, and black doesn't need to connect that group because that group very easily can connect back to the other stones of black, so it's better to simply create points. White can go through and try to attack black's group, but it should be easy to connect black's group. Like this. So like this, black should win the game, I think, with that territory on the top. This move has really, really little value. And now of course white tries to destroy, though this move is again a bit misplaced, just play here. You are afraid of that move of black. You are creating more points on the top than black is. Or at least as much. As many. So this is too risky, and also again you are threatening cutting two strong groups of the opponent. And at this point, black had an option to simply play here, cut off white stones. It looks not good for white. I don't really see a way for white. This would be a way to win the game for black. And this unfortunately didn't work so well. Maybe black missed the fact that now white has a great continuation. So what is the great continuation? In fact, I'm not sure what black was afraid of. Yeah, why not play like this? What's the point? Okay, so in fact black's move worked, and now black should have extended. But instead, black played this move, naively hoping that it's center, and now it's more clear for black to cut off white stones. But white captured. And even when black continues, the status of white's group is not completely clear yet. If white plays like this and that, white lives. Black has another option. Black can go here, and then white is dead. But white might have a continuation, and white later showed it to us in the game. But also, the group on the top is likely worth more than the group on the right side. Now white can even attack black's 4 stones. So this was a chance for white, and white took it. Still, I think that the game should be not bad for black. Cut. White cuts, but this doesn't threaten much. And if black simply... there is a problem here. So maybe black needs to go back. What did black do? Black went back this way. Okay. Maybe if black goes back that way, then there would be no trouble which in the game appeared. Then how is the game? We already counted this. 10, 20, 30, 40, 5, 58, 60. 60 plus combi. Black has 10, 13, 45, 55, 60, 5, 75, 80. Easy game for black. Alright, but black missed a beautiful Tetsuji by white. Now white goes for it in a moment. Atari, cut, atari, 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 and suddenly we have a call between this group and that group. It's a matter of one liberty. So only if white wins the call, white can capture black. So this is a chance for white, of course. But luckily for black, black has local threats. And also the call is difficult to play for white because black can continue it in a very fierce manner. So white decided that he has no choice but to lose the call with that move. Still, the combination of white was very successful. White got a few points here, and there is a Samedori. Black needs to add a few moves within his territory. So now the game certainly became closer, but probably it's still good for black. And if now black counts points and sees that the game is just good for him, then black should simply finish it with normal endgame moves. So interesting. Is the game good for black? Again, 10, 20, 30, 40, 3, 5, but minus 2. So here, 45, 57, 63, 65, 76, maybe 77 for white. And black has 10, 24, 30, 44, 53, 63. Alright, now it's not bad for white anymore. Maybe white is already winning. Wow, so this was a genius combination. First of all, black lost quite something with that exchange, and that was a naive exchange. And then white profited even more by squeezing black and getting territory in the center. Yeah, so first center moves, of course, very well played, and then a great attack. Well played by white, so if my estimation is correct, white is already fine in the game, but then we saw another show of the ko, and there was a huge exchange. Now black can capture this, white can capture that group of black. But then white is ahead. And also, black has a way to save the group, and then white saves his group. So black, as a result, managed to get quite something in the center, 10 points, and also no Samedori, so another 2 points, and no points for white, so 15 points. But white also destroyed more than 15 points, so white's advantage only grew thanks to that ko. So it was a good try by black if black was indeed behind, but unfortunately it couldn't work with that ko threat of white. The ko threat was big enough, and then white won the game easily. Very interesting how this game went. It changed so quickly. Sente cut, yes. What to do? This move is not small. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if there is a Samedori, 5, 6, 7 points in white center. 7 points in center is huge. It might be bigger than these jumps. It might be bigger. I think that this might be a mistake, a game losing move, because black doesn't really need that one, it seems. Maybe better to play here or here. If white tries to do something, black connects. It seems that the trouble is not as big as it was in the center. So here the game was decided in that combination of white, and also, of course, this was a very bad mistake by black. Black can play like this, but instead black lost quite some points. Not sure if it is worth it to play this move, but it might be. Or alternatively, make life with the group. Yeah, and then white found this combination and won. Amazing fight in the end game. Alright, so this is it about the game, and we will move to the next one.